Number 10, Prince Harry's TMI details in Spare. Prince Harry's highly anticipated memoir Spare was released in January of this year. Along with plenty of royal family secrets, Harry unleashed some major jaw-dropping TMI moments, even referring to his dodger in depth. Harry confirmed in his book that he and his older brother Prince William are circumcised. "I was snipped as a baby," he wrote, further discussing the topic of his genitals. Harry recalled a 2011 trip to the North Pole in which his nether regions were frost-nipped. No memoir would be complete without a story about losing his innocence, and Harry delivered. He revealed that his first time having been intimate was an inglorious episode with an older woman, calling it a quick ride that took place in a grassy field behind a busy pub. Harry also admitted and regretted watching his now wife Meghan Markle's intimacy scenes from Suits. He noted that it would take electric shock therapy to get those images out of his head. Number 9, Harry's talk with a toilet. Harry described himself as a Friends fanatic and revealed he once partied with Courtney Cox thanks to a mutual friend. "She was Monica and I was Chandler," he wrote, pondering whether there was enough tequila in California to confess he had a crush on the actress. Members of the group enjoyed Black Diamond mushroom chocolates. After eating the substance, Harry had hallucinations in Cox's bathroom, recalling that he thanked the toilet when he threw out an empty packet of cigarettes from his pocket. Beside the toilet was a round silver bin, the kind with a foot pedal to open the lid. "I stared at the bin, it stared back," he wrote. Then it became a head. Number 8, Harry took laughing gas while Meghan was in labor. The Duke of Sussex wrote that Meghan laughed and rolled her eyes after he took several slow, penetrating hits of laughing gas when she was in labor with son Archie in 2019. He subsequently joined his wife as she bounced on a giant purple ball. When the nurse tried to administrate the laughing gas to Meghan as her contractions continued, Harry wrote, "There was none left for the Duchess." Number 7, codependency. Despite the royal family's take, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have attested to their seemingly fairy tale romance. In a 2018 interview with BBC, the couple sat down to talk about the origins of their relationship. However, thoughts about Harry and Meghan's possible codependent relationship have become a trending topic on Twitter, especially following the release of Harry and Meghan. One user tweeted in part, "They have the most unhealthy codependent relationship I've ever seen." Another person wrote, "I suspect Harry has been transformed by what he believes is his intense love for Meghan," adding that he's completely codependent on her. Number 6, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have reportedly been getting into massive fights over mystery messages that exist on his phone. This claim has been made by an insider close to the couple, and according to a report by Express, Meghan's fearful of how a cheating scandal would look. The inside source admitted that with Meghan's ambition on the line, she feels there are plenty of public figures who don't allow themselves to be photographed touching anyone of the opposite sex to avoid any suspicion. Plus, with all the private phone calls that have been leaked about the royals over the years, Harry has to understand how his words might be misconstrued. A separate source dished on the more emotional reaction Meghan Markle had in the aftermath. Reportedly, wrapping his arms around another woman in public is just totally unacceptable for a married man. He made a fool out of Meghan and she doesn't want it to ever happen again. Number 5, Sunday driving. Now, this is certainly one that is embarrassing, but not as censored as I bet he wishes it was. We all tolerate dangerous drivers even if we shouldn't. But one thing no one can tolerate is a slow driver. But Prince Harry happens to be just that, cruising at paces far lower than the speed limit. I swear he's probably faster on foot. LA drivers are nuts, so don't be afraid to press down on the pedal a bit. Not only is he a slow driver, but apparently he also is trash at parking. Prince Harry has been breaking the cringiest rules of the road, including allegedly parking in a handicapped parking spot in London. Next up, PDA. We've talked about Prince Harry's past with PDA folks. We all know the deal, we get it. You're a romantic type who doesn't care how many cameras are pointing at you, but some people do. Some even argue that it can be too much to handle at times. For example, back when he was a teenager, there were many images that arose of him and a classmate trading saliva on the hood of his car. He was so young, which makes it totally understandable, right? But when you're royalty and that photo of you keeps circling forever, it's hard not to feel a little embarrassed about your past. Number 3, McLovin food. Who's got a cheat meal coming up? Well, from what we can tell, Harry seems to have quite a few. That's right, Prince Harry is no stranger to fast food. While most may find it unflattering to be caught eating ungodly amounts of KFC, the prince couldn't care less. Despite his disregard, it didn't stop the press from catching shots of him gobbling, which I will say is bogus. I mean, let the dude eat in peace. Prince Harry has admitted that he's a fan of KFC and adores the popcorn chicken with chips and beans on the side. All this being said, considering Meghan follows a vegan diet, that is definitely one of her pet peeves. So should he stand by his admiration for the chain restaurants, or should he settle down with a nice salad? You be the judge. Number 2, smoking. As a royal, you're supposed to uphold a level of appearance which Harry shattered after publicly smoking many times. Prince Harry was often seen smoking cigarettes and cigars. He even attended a party in Las Vegas where he was caught on camera smoking some grass. Well, despite the times changing, he eventually quit smoking and has since become an advocate for making folks more aware of the dangers associated with it, thanks to wifey Meghan Markle. He has spoken publicly about the dangers of smoking and how it can lead to serious health risks such as cancer and heart diseases. And as much as I believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, I must remind you life is the first part of that line. Being aware of the dangers that might make your life shorter. And last but not least, at number 1, naked in Vegas. Is there any place Harry hasn't left his mark? Back when Prince Harry was the bad boy prince, he made sure to live it up. This Las Vegas trip has gone down in royal history when pictures published by The Sun showed him naked in front of a nude woman, covering his private areas with his hands. Another showed him leaving little to the imagination as he bear hugged a naked woman from behind next to a pool table in a hotel room. The pictures of the party caused a huge stir online, and further details began to emerge. This party attendee told TMZ there was a pool table and he was playing air guitar with the pool sticks. He was screaming out, "Somebody get me a glove, I'm going to do a Michael Jackson impression."
Coming in number 10, we have Prince William. A friend of Prince William recently told the Daily Beast that the prince feels utterly betrayed by Prince Harry's new book, Spare, and that he hated Prince Harry and Meghan due to the highly personal nature of the attacks they have unleashed on him and his wife, Kate Middleton. After days of sensational leaks and headlines from the book, the friend also said they believe it is now completely impossible that their relationship will ever be healed, and said that although they believed Harry and Meghan will still be invited to the coronation of King Charles and Queen Camilla, they suspected that William would insist they should be relegated to the cheap seats. The friend would also say that even if Harry and Meghan decided not to even show their faces, no one would mourn their absence. The friend would also go on to say it's impossible to exaggerate the extent of William's contempt for Harry and Meghan now. He absolutely hates them and can't believe that Harry would do this to him and Kate. He feels utterly betrayed and deeply saddened by everything that has happened. There will be no way back after this. The thing that is so sad is that it was a tight family and Harry has blown it all up for what? He's literally turned his entire family against him. It seems like Harry and William have been at odds for a while because in the book Spare, Harry talks about how William attacked him and caused Harry to fall on the ground and break a dog bowl. But both Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace not responding to the allegations, it's really clear that but they would rather just let this situation fizzle out on its own. Number 9, King Charles. According to various sources, the one who has taken Meghan and Harry's documentary and Harry's book Spare more seriously is King Charles III, who made the determination to confront the issue head on. While sources close to the king have said that he does not plan to go to the British Parliament to ask Prince Harry and Meghan to lose their titles of Duke and Duchess of Sussex, he will also not appear to the media to criticize the couple, as he plans to do something more decisive, and that is to cut all ties off officially with the couple. King Charles has basically applied the law of ice to his son and his son's wife, and he will no longer be inviting them to family gatherings, whether it be public or private. It's also been reported that the monarch will not be asking them to accompany him on his traditional vacations in Scotland as Queen Elizabeth II did, and on top of that, they will also not be invited to this year's coronation ceremony of King Charles, which takes place on May 6, 2023. This decision will also affect Harry and Meghan's children, as they will no longer be welcome to participate in royal and religious celebrations. While it's known that Charles hates confrontation, during his first speech in a television interview after the passing of his mother, he would say, "Harry and Meghan, we send you our love, but you know, love has been spurned." Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Number 8, Howard Stern. Howard Stern isn't a big fan of Prince Harry, and he has a lot to say with Netflix docuseries Harry and Meghan, with Howard stating that the couple in the series came off as such whiny bees. The radio show host on Sirius XM show would say, "I gotta tell you man, I just don't get it." And honestly, I'm with Howard on this one because I don't get it either. Despite his criticism, Howard would state that he sympathizes with Harry over the loss of his mother, Princess Diana, as the palace treated her really poorly, and Harry lost her at such a young age after watching her battle with this hate. But he would also state, "But Jesus Christ, when those two, Harry and Meghan, start whining about wah 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 wah, they don't like me, and Meghan wants to be loved in this country, it's just weird to see two people who keep screaming, we wanted our privacy, we wanted the press to leave us alone, and then what is their special that they put on Netflix, showing you them and their kids and their life?" Howard would then note that the docuseries was like the Kardashians, except it was pretty boring to watch. Howard would then also take time to throw a jab at Harry's relationship by saying, "I think he's eventually not gonna dig her, I'm telling you." Number 7, Bethany Frankel. Bethany Frankel's legit rant included the suggestion that Harry and Meghan should make a documentary about women's issues and racism instead of retelling their story about the royal family, and she also didn't hold back when it came to sharing her thoughts on Prince Harry's new memoir, as she thinks the Duke of Sussex has taken it a step too far. Bethany said, "It's too late to change the name of Harry's book to Dirty Harry Laundry. I mean, if I had a nickel for every person who had a throwdown with a family member, brother, it's crazy. How much more?" In a video, the former Real House of New York City star went on to suggest that a better name for the book would be her own Bravo catchphrase, mentioning it all, while predicting how intimate Harry and Meghan were going to get about their lives in the future. Bethany would also go on to ask what the couple's overall goal was to achieve, as they have money, they're getting the attention they didn't want, but at the same time, they're getting the attention they did want. She would also note that if they wanted to tackle women's issues and racism, they should have made a docuseries about that, but it seems like the biggest topic Harry and Meghan can't stop talking about is their family. It seems like her biggest problem is that Harry keeps trying to get sympathy for Meghan, but the way he and Meghan are going about it is just achieving opposite results. Number 6, Kate Middleton. Kate Middleton has been completely silent about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Netflix documentary, but apparently she's pretty hurt and feels betrayed. An inside source has confirmed that Kate's husband, William, isn't planning to give his side of the story or openly retaliate, and this whole thing is remaining dignified and getting on with the job. But Kate feels hurt and betrayed that Harry would do this to her, especially as the pair used to be so close. In Harry's book Spare, he would write that both Kate and Prince William were allegedly religious suit watchers, and that they were both in disbelief when he started dating Meghan. However, it seems like when Meghan became his fiance and joined their Fab Four, things would take a sour turn, with Harry implying that that William felt pressure to marry Kate because she fit into this mold by saying, for so many people in the family, especially obviously men, there can be temptation or an urge to marry someone who would fit into the mold, as opposed to somebody who you're perhaps destined to be with. The difference between making decisions with your head or your heart. My mom certainly made most of her decisions, if not all of them, with her heart, and I am my mother's son. And to hear this must have really hurt Kate, so I don't blame her and the rest of the royal family for icing Prince Harry and Meghan out completely. Number 5, Sharon Osbourne. Sharon Osbourne has recently taken aim at Prince Harry for doing a terrible thing by cutting his 3-year-old son and 1-year-old daughter off from the rest of their family. On an episode of Talk TV, the outspoken media personality and her panel discussed the trailers of Harry's bombshell TV interviews, which aired in the US and the UK on Sunday. During the debate, Sharon would say it was such an ugly situation for the children whose ties with the extended family have been cut because of Meghan and Harry's rift with the royal family. Sharon would go on to note, it's finally enough as families argue all the time. And there is nothing like a good old family bust up and then you get back together again, it's normal. But what's not normal is Harry's children, as they will now be forced to grow up with no family, not on his wife's side or his side, and that's a terrible thing for children. Sharon would then claim that the time is now turning against Harry and Meghan in the United States, and it seems like only the younger generation is continuing to support them by saying, I think older generations have definitely had it up to here with their whining. Number 4, Jeremy Clarkson. Former Top Gear host Jeremy Clarkson has never been more sensitive of souls. The TV personality has built a career of offending pretty much every minority group, so it wasn't really surprising that he didn't think much of Prince Harry, barring his soul in his docu-series in 2021. Jeremy would say, this man is an army officer, so he should know better than to make a program in which he waxes lyrical about the awfulness of his upbringing. Jeremy would then add, the me you can't see is wit, and it should really be called the me you don't want to see, as that's nearer to the mark. He then put forward the theory that spoiled brats will end up overshadowing those individuals who seriously need help with their mental health. Jeremy would then claim that Harry's stiff upper lip approach has to work wonders. It's clear that Jeremy thinks Harry should know better than to complain about his upbringing, and Harry also calling out Jeremy for inciting violence towards women in cruel columns in The Sun, dreaming of Meghan shame parade. It's clear that the two have a mutual hate towards each other, and it's clear that Jeremy also didn't like the docu-series, as he took to his column in The Sun and wished Meghan was treated like dirt. And while he did take to Twitter to apologize for his clumsy reference, he wouldn't apologize to Harry and Meghan. We'll probably never see that. Number 3, we have Candace Owens. Conservative commentator Candace Owens has never been one to mince her words, so it wasn't really unexpected that she would deliver one of the most scathing responses to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's talk with Oprah Winfrey. After watching the interview, Candace would put forward this theory that Harry was in an emotionally abusive relationship. Candace would then go on to imply that the couple, implying that everything was happening to them because of the color of Meghan's skin, was becoming a sickening level of scapegoating. What Harry's doing to his family is unforgivable. Candace would throw a major dig at Harry following the premiere of his Apple TV docu-series, The Me You Can't See, by referring the mental health docu-series. Candace would say in a tweet, it's been 3 days since Prince Harry offered an exclusive interview regarding of how much he and Meghan hate his family. Can someone check on them, please? Number 2, Piers Morgan. One can argue that Piers Morgan has a personal vendetta against Meghan Markle, which appears to stem solely from the time she apparently ghosted him after a date. However, it's clear that he doesn't really like Harry whatsoever as well, as Prince Harry is regularly ends up in the crosshairs of the disgraced ex-newspaper editor. In the space of just 1 month in 2021, Morgan went on a rant and claimed that the royal only criticized the First Amendment because he doesn't want to be held accountable by the press, and Piers would also tweet that Harry is a hypocrite who makes money off his public family drama. Piers would then offer his support to Noel Gallagher in his anti-Harry tirade. Of course, Morgan has also had plenty of time to weigh in on the Sussexes in general, since he walked away from his hosting gig on TV show Good Morning Britain Live after a fellow presenter challenged his constant harassment of Markle. However, after walking away, it's only given him more freedom to support his dislike towards both Harry and Meghan, and some of the things he said proves that he doesn't just have a personal vendetta towards Meghan, he hates both of the royals. At number 1 today we have Noel Gallagher. During the peak of Britpop era, Noel Gallagher was deemed by many, including Prime Minister Tony Blair, to be the voice of his generation. Indeed, even if you weren't a fan of the Oasis Beatle aping indie rock, you could always appreciate a snappy one-liner from their guitarist Noel Gallagher. But a quarter century on, and Noel was in danger of sounding like the kind of person he used to rally against. In a 2021 interview with The Sun, Noel would describe Prince Harry as an effing woke snowflake in response to his criticism of the royal family, and referencing his own sibling rivalry with Liam Gallagher. Noel would admit that he sympathizes with Prince William, as he has a younger brother who is running his mouth off with things that are just really unnecessary to say, and that's why Noel finds himself being a lot like William. Noel has never been afraid to take a good jab at Meghan as well, as he would also say that everything is happening right now is happening because they got an American involved in their family matters.
Lie number 10, she had no knowledge of the royal family. When Meghan Markle first met Prince Harry, she claimed to have no prior knowledge of the royal family. However, it was later revealed that she was not only a fan of Princess Diana, but she had also closely followed the philanthropic work and compassion exhibited by the late princess. In fact, Meghan Markle had even attended a party in Princess Diana's honor, where she learned more about the royal world and its traditions. This small detail added extra depth to her connection and understanding of the royal family, making this little secret even more impactful. According to some sources, this was all a part of Meghan's plan. She wanted to be a princess since she was a teenager. Her old pal once said she was always fascinated by the royal family. She wanted to be Princess Diana 2.0. Lie number 9, she quit acting to focus on royal duties. After announcing their engagement, Meghan Markle, the former actress, made a surprising decision to leave her acting career behind and fully commit herself to her royal duties. However, as time went on, it became apparent that she was not ready to completely give up the limelight. Despite her new role as a member of the royal family, Meghan continued to find ways to stay in the public eye and enjoy the attention and fame that came with it. From her extravagant and widely discussed baby shower held in New York City to her unique and highly publicized guest editorship at British Vogue, Meghan Markle demonstrated her determination to maintain a level of influence and prominence even within the confines of her royal responsibilities. Lie number 8, she was a victim of racism. In her highly publicized and controversial interview with Oprah Winfrey, Meghan Markle made shocking allegations of facing racism from within the royal family. These claims, however, have been met with skepticism, as there is a lack of concrete evidence to support them. Many individuals closely associated with the royal family have strongly denied these allegations, further deepening the divide and sparking intense debate. The aftermath of this controversial issue has not only affected the reputation of the royal family, but has also sparked ongoing controversy and disagreement. Lie number 7, she had no knowledge of Prince Harry's royal life. During the engagement interview, Meghan Markle claimed she didn't know much about Prince Harry's royal life and needed guidance to understand it. The idea of being a part of the royal family was not something she ever dreamt or fantasized about. But later it turned out she actually spent a lot of time researching the royal family and even practiced curtsying before meeting Queen Elizabeth II. This sneaky move made Prince Harry think she was just a regular American who needed help with the whole royalty thing. As the truth came out, their relationship and the dynamics within the royal family got even more interesting. Lie number 6, she didn't want a lavish wedding. When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle got engaged, it was announced that they would have a smaller, more intimate wedding compared to previous royal weddings. However, their wedding turned out to be anything but intimate. From a star-studded guest list to millions of dollars spent on security, it was clear that Meghan Markle desired a grand and extravagant affair. But there's another lie she told regarding her wedding. During the Oprah interview, Meghan claimed that she and Harry had a private wedding without witnesses 3 days prior to their globally televised ceremony. But Piers Morgan expressed skepticism, as such a wedding would be illegal with only 2 of them and the Archbishop of Canterbury. Lie number 5, she had no involvement in the Sussex royal brand. After making the decision to step back as senior members of the royal family, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle embarked on a new chapter by launching their own brand called Sussex Royal. However, as time went on, it came to light that Meghan Markle had played a significant role in the creation of their brand, going as far as hiring a renowned Hollywood PR firm to strategically build their image and reputation. This revelation left Prince Harry feeling deceived, as he had believed they were collaboratively creating something meaningful, only to discover that Meghan had been meticulously planning it behind the scenes all along. The complexity of this situation added a layer of tension and uncertainty to their journey of carving out their own independent path. Lie number 4, she didn't know anything about the media. In an interview with Tom Bradby, Meghan Markle claimed that she had no knowledge of the British media and its tabloid culture. However, it was later revealed that she had been secretly seeking press coverage and even had a relationship with some tabloid journalists. This lie made Prince Harry believe that Meghan Markle was unaware of the negative media attention they would face as members of the royal family. Lie number 3, she wasn't interested in fame or fortune. During their engagement interview, Meghan Markle claimed that she was not interested in fame or fortune and only wanted to use her platform for good. However, it soon became clear that Meghan had a desire for celebrity status and even pursued opportunities outside of the royal family, like sponsorships, interviews, and social media. This lie made Prince Harry believe that he had found someone who shared his values, but in reality, Meghan's actions proved otherwise. Lie number 2, she was bullied by the royal family. In her interview with Oprah Winfrey, Meghan Markle claimed that she was bullied by members of the royal family and received no support from them. However, this was refuted by Prince Harry's brother, Prince William, who stated that he had always been there for his brother and sister-in-law. One of the standout moments from Meghan's Oprah chat was when the TV host asked her if she had been silent or silenced, and Meghan said it was the latter. However, Piers Morgan poured scorn on her claim, telling Tucker this idea that Meghan Markle was silenced. Meghan Markle guest-edited British Vogue magazine in the middle of her silence. Meghan Markle made 73 public appearances, many of which she spoke at during her extended period of being silenced. This lie caused further tension and division within the royal family. And last but not least, finally, the lie that we've all been waiting for. Lie number 1, she was a victim of the British press. In her widely discussed interview with Oprah Winfrey, Meghan Markle made a controversial claim that she was a victim of relentless scrutiny by the British press, getting zero support from them. But hey, let's not forget that while she did face a lot of negative media attention, there was also plenty of articles that celebrated her achievements and recognized her positive contributions. By focusing only on Meghan Markle as a victim, this claim not only presented a one-sided perspective, but also got a lot of people talking about the media's influence on public perception. During the Oprah interview, she tearfully revealed feeling like she didn't want to be alive at times. However, she claimed that when she sought help from the palace, she was told it wouldn't be good for the institution. Piers Morgan clarified his stance, mentioning that he wouldn't say whether she felt life-ending thoughts or not, but he questioned her claim that she was denied help by 2 members of the royal household and human resources. He found it hard to believe that they would be so callous. He even pointed out Prince Harry's association with mental health charities, questioning why he didn't seek help for his wife if she was constantly feeling this way.
Number 10. Piers Morgan. One could argue Piers Morgan's vendetta against Meghan Markle, which appears to stem solely from the time she apparently ghosted him after one drink together, tanked his gig on Good Morning Britain. But when he's not issuing harsh words against the Suits star, the former CNN host can be found bad-mouthing her husband. Yes, Prince Harry has also regularly ended up in the crosshairs of the disgraced ex-newspaper editor. In the space of just 1 month in 2021, Morgan went on Hannity and claimed that the royal only criticized the First Amendment because he doesn't want to be held accountable by the press, tweeted that Harry's a hypocrite who makes money off his public family drama, and offered his support to Noel Gallagher's anti-Harry tirade. Of course, Morgan had plenty of time to weigh in on the Sussexes. He walked away from his hosting gig on TV show Good Morning Britain live on air after fellow presenter Alex Beresford challenged his constant harassment of Markle. Number 9. John Oliver. Despite his fancy shirt and English brogue, comedian John Oliver is far from a monarchist. During an episode of his HBO talk show Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, he stated, "I think my position on the royal family is pretty well documented. To me, they're like a human appendix. We've long evolved past needing them, and there's a compelling case for their surgical removal." Oliver pronounced King Charles, among other things, the world's least likable orphan, and a man whose face only a mother could love and only 2 cousins could produce. Oliver was particularly severe on Charles. Number 8. Jeremy Clarkson. Former Top Gear host Jeremy Clarkson has never been the most sensitive of souls. The TV personality has built a career on offending pretty much every minority group, after all. So it was little surprise that he didn't think much of Prince Harry bearing his soul on his Apple TV Plus docuseries in 2021. This man is an army officer, so he should know better than to make a program in which he waxes lyrical about the awfulness of his upbringing. Clarkson wrote in his regular The Times column before adding, "The me you can't see is what it's called, though the me you don't want to see is nearer the mark." He then put forward the theory that such spoiled brats will end up overshadowing those individuals who seriously need help with their mental health. Number 7. Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly's talk show was famously axed by NBC in 2018 after a questionable defense of blackface, so she might not be the go-to person for a nuanced take on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's allegations of racism during their high-profile chat with Oprah Winfrey in 2021. But of course, that didn't stop the former Fox News correspondent from sharing her unsolicited 2 cents on Twitter, and she didn't spare anyone involved in the interview, not even Oprah. Kelly argued that the talk show queen's questioning lacked specifics, while also accusing Markle of unjustly berating the press, the palace, and even her father. But it was the prince who bore the brunt of her criticism. In a tweet, Kelly wrote, "Harry won't spill the beans on which family member was concerned about the color of his kids' skin, so they've basically thrown the entire royal family under the bus. And Harry claims they haven't put in the work as he has in educating himself." The podcaster then took a dig at both Sussexes, asking, "Have you ever witnessed such privileged individuals wallowing in their own perceived victimhood?" Number 6. Sharon Osbourne. Sharon Osbourne made her loyalty clear in the one-sided Piers Morgan vs. Meghan Markle battle. With a tweet defending her former America's Got Talent colleague, she reminded everyone that being paid for your opinion means speaking your truth. Not even the backlash she faced for supporting Morgan on Good Morning Britain could dampen her spirit. During her appearance on Real Time with Bill Maher in 2021, Osbourne dismissed Markle's claims of racism and boldly labeled Prince Harry as the poster boy for white privilege. Even after leaving the talk, amidst a racism scandal, Sharon Osbourne didn't hold back. She scoffed at Harry's complaints about being cut off financially, stating, "Boo-hoo, you're a healthy, bright, educated young man. You can do whatever you want, your life is your own. Talk about privilege." Number 5. Candace Owens. Candace Owens is never one to hold back. Unsurprisingly, she didn't disappoint with her scathing response to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's chat with Oprah Winfrey. After suggesting that the Duke of Sussex was caught in an emotionally harmful relationship, Owens tweeted, "Meghan Markle is less than 25% black. Her son is less than 12% black. Blaming her blackness for everything that happened to them is a sickening level of scapegoating. And what Harry is doing to his family, who can't respond, is simply unforgivable. She couldn't resist coming for Harry after the premiere of his Apple TV Plus project, The Me You Can't See, 2 months later. Referencing the mental health documentary series, Owens tweeted, "It's been 3 days since Prince Harry gave another exclusive interview about how much he and Meghan despise his family. Someone should really check on them." Number 4. Paul Burrell. You can always rely on the man Princess Diana called her rock to share his opinion whenever there's a story involving her family. After Prince Harry's mental health documentary series, The Me You Can't See, premiered in 2021, former royal butler Paul Burrell expressed his disappointment. Burrell believed that Harry airing his personal matters in public will only bring him more pain and regrets. Burrell also thinks that Meghan has encouraged Harry to seek therapy and change his mindset, but he worries that Harry will be left broken when everything comes to an end. Number 3. Lawrence Fox. Born into a showbiz dynasty, Lawrence Fox was once a semi-respectable actor known for playing sidekick DS James Hathaway in the detective drama series Lewis. But lately, he has taken it upon himself to rid the world of wokeness, even running for mayor of London in 2021, only to be bested by YouTube prankster Nico Omalana, with a measly 1.9% of the votes. And let's not forget his favorite target, the royal family's most high-profile couple. Meghan Markle bears the brunt of his abuse, with Fox claiming she left the UK for America simply for a little extra attention. But don't worry, he doesn't spare Harry either. Just check out his reaction to their interview with Oprah Winfrey on Twitter. On Twitter, Fox referred to the former Suits star as the Duchess of Woke Victimhood and added, "Her Majesty should strip these greedy, hypocritical, freeloading, narcissistic brats of their titles. They're the exact thing they accuse everyone else of being." Ouch. Number 2. Meghan McCain. Prince Harry caused quite a stir when he talked about a core American constitutional right on the Armchair Expert podcast in 2021. While acknowledging his limited understanding as a recent arrival, he pointed out the potential for exploiting loopholes instead of upholding the intended meaning. This sparked more discussion, with Meghan McCain disagreeing and reminding Harry about the importance of respecting the First Amendment. Despite their differences, McCain did express admiration for Harry's wife on The View earlier. Number 1. Sean Hannity. Prince Harry's comments on Armchair Expert about the First Amendment ruffled feathers and triggered another Fox News regular. Sean Hannity introduced the Invictus Games founder as England's royal pain in the butt on one of his show episodes in 2021. After implying that Prince William's younger brother needs some education, the conservative commentator directly addresses the royal family, saying, "Harry, we don't really need your lectures on the First Amendment from England. Just so you know, it's the same First Amendment that allowed you and your wife to spill the tea on your own family during the Oprah Winfrey interview. You two didn't hold back when it came to accusing your family of racism." Hannity then wondered if Harry should consider relocating to a place more compatible with his restrictive ideas. Thanks for watching.